Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of NA Now. I'm Brandon Hofstra, joined here with Lone Star Brahmas head coach Dan Wildfong. Dan, obviously the summer kind of flew by quick. You guys started the summer off with the championship, but just kind of recap the 23-24 season with the Robertson Cup championship and your summer so far and that group of players that you had.
Yeah, we obviously had a special group. It all starts with, our ownership all the way down. I thought we really had one goal of mine is winning the Robertson Cup. Obviously, it's never easy. There's got to be some luck involved to go your way to win. And I think a lot of hard work. And I think we had a little bit of both. So we really enjoyed the season. There wasn't much of an off season, but we were ecstatic about last year. Now we're kind of on to next year.
Yeah, talk about hard work. Obviously, some hard-working players, as we saw 12 NCAA committed guys out of there last year. Talk about just being a part of that. You've been around this league for a while, but it's still always just a rewarding experience to be a part of those players' milestone.
Yeah, that's why we do this job. I think, I've heard some other coaches speak on this. I think we got really good coaches in this league that help promote guys to that next level.
Mhm.
They're really trying to, help the individual get their goal along with winning a Robertson Cup. So if you can, be able to move guys on and win, that's really special. But the main goal here is to really help these young men move on and become, Division 1, Division 3 athletes.
Yeah. Dan, you spoke there. Just one of the perks of the job is seeing guys move on to the next level. But you've been around this league, like I said, for some time now. What's another thing that just keeps you coming back year in and year out with the NAHL?
Well, you can really see a development from year to year. If you look at our team, last year or the year before, we were probably we ended up being second in the league, but we were the fewest amount of goals. And then
Right.
everyone said, you guys didn't have a lot of skill or talents, and I felt we did, but
Yeah.
we just couldn't put it all together. And then the next year we come out and we have like guys like Ivan Zverniak and Jacob McDonald and guys like that didn't put up a lot of numbers their first year. Their second year, they're top in the league, and that's what young players have to realize, that it's not just your first year. You got to stay with it. It is a developmental league. It takes some time. Everyone wants to be the leading goal scorer, the best player in the league, but I've seen a lot of guys go from being just kind of a third, fourth line guy, and the next year they're one of the best players in the league, and you're like, where did he come from?
Right.
Well, he was on that roster last year. So it's cool to see those guys make those big jumps, and they have great summers. And that I'm really looking forward to hopefully seeing some of our guys do that same thing as well. Some of the guys that didn't get as much ice time, it's their turn now.
Yeah. The NAHL offers so many tools for coaches to build or uh, reload for the next upcoming season with the NAHL draft, camps as well, 3HL players, which you guys have under your same roof, tenders, all that, etc. With all that going on, what were some areas maybe you guys focused on, maybe losing some players to college, heading into this upcoming season?
Well, we lost a lot of guys. We had a lot of Division 1 commits and Division 3 commits, and um, when you have success in a year, your guys are probably losing a lot of guys. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter what team you're on or what league you're in, you're going to lose some guys. So
Right.
we lost a lot of guys. We had to look at turn over every rock to try and figure out how we're going to do this again.
Mhm.
Our scouting staff did a great job, works tirelessly of trying to help us identify those guys. Logan Murphy, our assistant coach here, does a great job looking at guys every single day. He's on the computer, grinding it out, trying to find who our next guy is. It's going to replace some of our top players. And like I said, it's a developmental league. We think, they're the top players in their league right now in U18 prep school, but when they get to us, they might be not the top guy. I
Right.
hope they are, like I said, but they're sometimes they're not, and they just gotta. That's why this game's such a special game. It's a real mental game. Like you
Yeah.
have to stick with it, and I've had guys that wanted to quit, and they
Hmm.
stuck with it and they're ended up playing Division 1. So there's a lot of good stories that I have throughout my time here of coming back, of good and bad, So we just want to keep on helping these guys, make their dreams come true and their families, because their families are a big part of it. They put a lot of hours driving to the rink and money into this, and
Yep.
it's time for them to, get some reward out of it too.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think players enjoy most about being a Lone Star Brahma, from maybe living in the DFW area or playing in the shoebox where it's wild night in and night out?
Well, I think we have, three main factors that we do. I think down here is we have a great city,
Hmm.
great with a great rink and fans. Our fans are unbelievable. But we win a lot and we get a lot of guys committed. So um, those three factors are pretty known as trying to, what guys want to come to a good spot. And
Hmm.
I feel that we're one of the top teams, most years, is because we really sell our guys on coming down, and we're going to help them develop. Every day it's not gonna be perfect. It's not gonna be, everyone thinks their season's like this, but there's ups and downs, it, and as soon as they figure that out, it helps them really get through the mental part of the game too.
Yeah. Dan, the hunter will become the huntee, if I said that correctly. Either or. You got a target on your back now as being the reigning Robertson Cup champion. And it all starts off in Blaine here in September, but hard to believe hockey's just a month away, right?
Yeah, we're excited. Like our it's going to be a challenge, obviously, getting guys to buy into playing that hard, that all year and all season. And I think that's what our coaches do in this league. Like they every night, there's not a team that you can just go in and say we're winning this game for sure. Like it's a challenge, and there's some really good coaches in this league. There's good players, so
Mhm.
that's what you want. You want good parity, and we have that in this league.
One more before I let you go. 50 years of NA hockey, the official golden birthday will start in September. What are some memories, some players, some coaches, some friends, any moments you could think of that come to mind when you think 50 years of the NAHL?
Well, I just think of some of the coaches that have gone. Like obviously, there's a lot of coaches that have been in this league and gone on to the NHL, American League, like higher levels, NCAA. And then there's, all these players that have moved on, even some obviously to the NHL,
Mhm.
which it's just really good to see that there is a league for the guys that maybe got looked over,
Right.
that didn't get a shot in the USHL, that or they didn't get a shot somewhere else, and they got a chance and they made the most of it. And
Yeah.
that's why I love this league, is because it's a league of opportunity. And I believe you guys do a great job in the office of promoting them, and we have great ownership to have these teams that keep making good memories for the fans and for our players.
Dan, well said, everything from top to bottom. Appreciate you doing this, and we will see you soon.
Thank you.